let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show, and it's more of a talk show, Mike, anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
No kidding.
Yep. Don't do much good when I get to go fishing, and very few times I get to go, so it's everything but what we want it to be. I'll just tell you that right now.
Well, that's for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome to all of you that's tuned in, and glad to be back. I had to miss last week. I want to thank Mike and Jeff Phillips for doing such a good job filling in for me here. Just had an obligation that I had to take care of, be there, and I hate I missed, but that's just one of them things. Anyway, we got, I think Mike's got a minute and a half of crappie film.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds of Wesley and I bass fishing. We went down to Little Emery and put in Sunday after church, and got to fish 4 or 5 hours, I guess, something close to that. Anyway, caught a few fish, not many, but a few, and shucks, I had, but anyway, I won't bother you telling that, but I do want someone that can call in here in a few minutes and tell me what the deal is at Ladd Landing. I had a text message from one of my viewers or one of our viewers, and me and this new telephone just don't get along very well. Next thing I know, I had him deleted, and I didn't want to delete it. So somebody that can give us a heads up on what's happening at Ladd's Landing, I sure would appreciate if you'd call us in, send me a text message, whatever you know about it, let us know.
The last word I had, it was still the same as what it was. I had that one concrete down at the bottom, and it was still gravel and dirt and stuff, and wasn't no equipment down there. So I don't know if we've got back down there to do anything to it or not.
Well, that was some good. It don't sound good that they pulled the equipment away from
Well, I
the
reckon
job site.
they had a commitment to another job, and that water coming up and all that stuff had delayed the job down there to where that they couldn't finish it, so they had to pack up and move off. And then when they finished up, they was gonna come back and finish that up. So. Yeah.
Dang it. That's not good.
Well,
I mean, that don't sound good.
all you can do is hope that the lake stays full, where you can go to City Park or somewhere down there and put in.
Man.
But,
Well, that's a disappointment for sure.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
I was trying to figure out how you could go to a quarry and get us a 10-ton loaded 57 stones and put us a little roadway down through there.
Yeah. Yep.
I believe you can do it. Sure do. Dadgummit. Well, I'm gone.
So you either water got to come back up or have some help, or you'll go to Lake Shore or down to steam plant or.
Yeah, I know. There's a couple of places, several places there to go.
Up Riley Creek, Anglers Cove there, somewhere put in Bell Cove,
Yeah.
What
What about over at the park? Yeah, it's a park there at TVA.
Oh, yeah, it's Lake Shore.
Lake Shore, yeah.
Yeah. if you don't hang your trailer off the end of the ramp.
Now, if that water comes up in there, I mean, that's a good place to put in.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't drop off. You don't want to drop off the end of that ramp. I can tell you that right now.
I drop it off any of them.
No, but that right there, when it drops off, I mean, I told you all about me running into your buddies down there, and the trailer was hung up. And yeah, you don't want to fool with dropping off of that ramp for sure.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, when the lake's full, but it'll be. I mean, you know, the slab is way out in the water for wintertime launching right now, and so if they hadn't completed from the edge of that slab up to the top of the hill, that ain't nothing but a muddy mess. I saw dirt and a little gravel. So
I don't know if they ever cut that hill down, because they were talking about cutting top of that hill off, or it would roll off a lot easier where you can see where you're going.
yeah. Well, so we got. I was hoping somebody'd say, "Yeah, man, they got it in. It's looking good. Just waiting on the water to come up."
Yeah.
Didn't happen. So good. All right, that's just one of them many things that we're looking forward to that don't develop, you
Right.
know, due to weather conditions or whatever. All righty, moving right along. Maybe somebody got some up-to-date info they can send us, and we'll go from there. Let's see here, Mike. What else was it?
I'll tell you one thing you better get done down there. They better put some riprap on the upriver side of that dang ramp, or it'll have all them gravel washed out from under it.
Yeah. Well, that's possible.
Yeah, it's more than possible. There's a lot of current coming through right there.
Yeah, there is. At times, especially. Yeah. It does do that. Okay. I've got some pictures here from Jeff Parrott, and I'm going to give my phone to Chandler here in a few minutes. Jeff's out on Dale Hollow.
Yeah.
And he's got
Says pre-fishing for a tournament.
pre-fishing for a tournament out there. Well, now see,
Nothing wrong with that.
no, and but they got a 300 boat tournament going on out there. I'm not speaking of Jeff's crew, but the Major League Fishing 5 is out there this weekend. And Chase Henley sent me a text and said that he was fixing to pull out, headed that way to practice and to pre-fish and get ready for the tournament. Max was out there, and he come home Tuesday. He said, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. He came back in, and he said they was just lined up out there.
Yeah. Boats going everywhere.
Boats going everywhere. People sitting and waiting for somebody to pull off a point or something so they get on it, this, that, and the other. And so he called Bill and told Bill that he was coming in.
Yeah, well, I'd hate to be out there in a kayak and
Well, I would too.
300 boats out there.
They running around. That's definitely for a fact. Gary out there at Star Point told Bill that everything they had was booked. You know, every campsite, every room, cabin, whatever they had for people to sleep in and that kind of thing, it was all booked up. Didn't have anything else. So, very possible. Very possible. Let's see. Hello to Bill. And Paul Harrison. Mike Pennington. No need to say hello to Jeff because I don't know. Parrott may be. He may be.
He said he's going to be watching.
He said he's going to be watching, so he may be there at the cabin somewhere or something watching us. So hello to him. And Jeff, I'll try to get those pictures up here in just a few minutes for you. And looks good. What you know, them's typical Dale Hollow smallmouth. But I'll get Chandler to help me get them sent to him here in just a few minutes while we're watching something else. But I want to say hello to those people that's watching, Bill and Paul and Mike Pennington and Jeff. I know you're watching. And old Charlie Irwin.
Yeah.
All the Irwins are going fishing this weekend up north, yeah. I think they got a big tournament. Yeah, I think the Morristown Marine's coming out of the White Bridge Saturday. I think that's what them guys told me. So anyway, that's coming on with it. But let's see.
They're supposed to have a big tournament. I'm not sure which weekend it was, but I heard them saying something about Chickamauga.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got something going on down there. There's a couple of them was talking about going down there fishing this coming weekend.
Yeah, you got that crappie outfit that's next weekend. Tony called, said that they was coming
Is
back.
it this weekend or next weekend?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Okay. Fill us in what you got to know about that a little bit.
Well, they had it last year there, and that was one of them deals. If you had one of them rods and stuff, it paid a lot more money, but it's every hour they weighed a big fish, weighed several fish in, whatever you brought in, whatever the biggest one was for that hour, then they win so much money, and then the biggest one for the tournament wins so much money. But if you got one of them rods, it pays a lot more.
Well, all right.
I think he said...
I think that might be for us. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Mike, I was going to tell him something about his crappie fishing.
Go ahead. He needs somebody to tell him something. That dynamite he's got's not working.
Well, I'm going to tell you, my dynamite didn't work either. Man, old Hugh Lee Odell, we was up at Chickamauga the other day, and we go back in the holler and we crappie fish. Me and him been fishing about 35, 40 minutes and didn't have a lick. Well, these two guys was on that above us, and they had 6 rods apiece, which I didn't think could use but 3, but I reckon now they changed it. And they had one of them, both of them had one of them zeros, whatever you call them. I call them target depth finders.
Yeah.
And they was catching 3 crappie at a time. They was following them crappie like a bass runs a minute. And they was following them crappie around. That guy over there said, "Hey, boys, you need one of these." I said, "Well, I guess I do." I said, "I'm retired, though, but if you'd help buy me one, I'd like to have one." But anyway, me and Hugh Lee fished there for I don't know how long. We never caught a crappie. I told Hugh, I said, "Let's get my boat out of here. I'm embarrassed. I'm ready to throw my reel and rod in and go to the house." I said, "Let's get out of here and go somewhere." But we end up going to another place. We ended up catching 17 good crappie on a grub and a floater.
Yeah.
They wasn't, but them guys was catching 2 and 3 at the time. They was following behind them crappie.
Yeah. Well, all right. So have you got your new depth finder ordered yet?
No. I
The heck,
don't know how to use it.
Well, shucks for you just as well to go.
I'm 72 years old. I can't. I will be in June, but I don't know. But now them guys was catching them. I promise you they was. I'm telling you, there was 2 Union boats had them 6 rods on the front, and they were jerking 2 and 3 at a time.
Yeah, well, they
had a hit. You know, you Lee, you're me too. But
yeah, I know. I can't believe
we never had a bite.
Well, everybody that I've talked to that's got one of them live scopes, they just go around and pick off the big ones. Them 2 or 3 boys at work over there's got them, and they tell me, he said, I run up on, when I'm crappie fishing, he said, I'll look around, just kind of scan that thing around and pick out where the biggest ones is, and that's where I cast. And then when I catch the next smallest one, said I move on to another school. And that's what he said.
The guy had 18 keepers, and he was throwing them back. You know, he had.
Yeah.
And he kept fishing. I mean, they was wearing them out. What happened to that deal? We used to have just 3 rods. Whatever happened to that deal?
I don't. You know, we've talked about that forever. But if you've watched them guys on Saturday crappie fishing with them, I don't know, spider rigs. They must have 15 reeling rods around the front of the boat. And they, you know, so is it just in the state of Tennessee, or is it everywhere you're only allowed so many?
I don't know. It used to be Tennessee. I know that, but we put in down at Sail Creek. Of course, there's a lot of boats down, but everybody's out of state. I never seen so many boats like Watts Bar used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, years ago, everybody was out of state from Watts Bar, but now all Chickamauga. But we put in at Sail Creek. That day was on Tuesday. And then we went back on Thursday. We had 17, and we went back on Thursday, and we caught 18 keepers. Good ones, pretty good ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know it's. Are you catching them shallow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mike's.
They dropped the lake on us. They went down there Tuesday this week. And they said, well, we was catching the daggone water ain't a foot deep now. It was about 3, 4 foot deep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now we're catching them about 3, anywhere from 2.5 to 4 foot deep, right in the back of the hollers on the grub, you know.
Right.
And we caught several that was smaller, but now a lot of these had eggs in them.
Mm-hmm.
I claimed we had a fish fry Saturday, so. But anyway, I was just going to tell you, them guys, me and Mike's will have to get us one of them targets. We're going to catch them fish.
I agree with that. I think you need to go ahead and get them now while you can. I mean, I don't know what you's waiting on.
But I ain't never seen nothing like that. They'd run them fish like a bass run a minute. They'd just get on that trolling motor and they'd follow them, and they'd getting 2 and 3 at a time.
I know.
And me and old Hugh hadn't had a bite, and I know we'd been there for at least 35, 40 minutes. I hadn't even had a lick.
Mm-hmm. Well, the fish wasn't there where you was throwing. They was up there in front of that other guy.
You know, I just don't tell you that. I mean, I ain't done any bass fishing much. I'm being a St. grandson, taking him to school and stuff. But now I seen a picture. This guy had 9. Of course, I seen that last week on your show, and guys had them crappie. But and both this week, one day, and had 9 good crappie out of Caney Creek.
Yeah, yeah. That's mine, Mike's uncle, Gary Jenkins. There, I run into him down there Sunday evening there at Little Emery, and buddy, I tell you what, he wasn't a foot deep. He showed me he had a little old floater that might have been 15 inches to the bait.
Yeah.
You know, and he that's just going up there, and I mean, you can see it almost sitting on the bottom, but he was a catching.
Yeah. That's the way they are right now. That's the way it was at Chickamauga.
Yeah.
That's the only I went and put in Caney Creek about 3 weeks ago. I done like Mike. I put in Caney Creek and fished Blue Springs, and I always catch a few out of Bayside, and I fished all day. And Pierce's Slough, I caught 1 good crappie, and that's all I caught all day.
Okay.
And now them fish are moving back in shallower water.
Yeah.
It keeps the water up and down so bad. But let me get off here. Somebody else might want to talk to you. I'm just going to tell you, though, about that.
Live scope. Well, just call me when you get yours in.
All right.
All right, see you.
My wife's sitting here. Maybe she'll hear that. Maybe she'll feel sorry and get me one.
What? Did you tell her they was $3,000?
No.
I'm sorry. Gosh, I hope she didn't hear that. Let on like it's 300.
She just won't make crappie. She better get me one.
That's what I'm saying. I'll see you later. Good to hear from you.
See you, buddy.
All right, see you, buddy. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Jeff.
How you guys are doing today?
Buddy, we're doing good. What's Jeff up to?
Good. I'm sitting here watching you guys. I was just going to follow up a little bit. I was listening to that fellow talking there about the Chickamauga. A lot of a lot of boaters down there. Yes, there was a lot on Dale Hall as well. You're right about that tournament.
Yeah.
They told us about that. There's probably be more than 300 there. There was quite a few there Monday and Wednesday. I pre-fished out of Mitchell Creek on Monday and pre-fished yesterday at Eastport Marina, which is there on the Obie.
Right.
And I want to also tell Mike, they were catching a few crappie in the brush piles there at Eastport. It looked like they were fishing probably 3-4 feet deep with floaters there in the creeks. So a couple guys, I went by there in the kayak and talked with them, and that's where Paul and I, my brother and I, we go there, fish quite a bit in the spring and in the fall. But anyway, I wanted to let Mike know they were catching a few of them there. But back to the main channel there, Steve, it was Wednesday was kind of rough. That wind was swirling around, and it reminded me of the program that Steve and Jeff Phillips were talking about last week. It was time for me to get off that water. I didn't feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I got off there and got on in. But got a little bit of pre-fishing in, and like I said in your message, it sets up a lot like Norse. I done pretty good on swim baits and jerk baits early in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Our kayak tournament is a nationwide tournament. They're coming from all over the United States there. Not a big group, I think probably 40 to 50. And coming as far as from California, Wisconsin, Texas, Illinois, and so forth. And it's based out of the Eastport Marina area. That's where our check-in is going to be. It's a 2-day event. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. They had it last year, and I didn't get a chance to go last year, but I'm going to go this year. I'm signed up, and I got me a cabin reserved down there. So I'm looking forward to it. But I'm not looking forward to those 300 boats down there you're talking about, because it'll be thick. I'll have to wait in line just to get on a point to fish.
I hear you, man. That's.
Listen, I'll let you guys go to commercial there. I know you guys have got some video, and I just wanted to say hello and say hello to Mike. I'm glad you're back. It's good to see both of y'all on there, and maybe I'll try to have some video to bring and drop off or bring in person here in the next few weeks from Dale Hall if I do pretty good down there.
Good, Jeff. We're hoping you do, man. Yeah, just come on with what you got, but we hope you do real good in the tournament. Really
well,
good.
I appreciate that. Appreciate the encouragement, and also you guys wear your life jackets too. I got mine on every time I get in that little thing, but it's very important.
Yeah, buddy.
You guys have a good night, and I'll stay tuned in and listen in to you guys.
All right, appreciate you calling in, Jeff. See you, man.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy. See you.
Yeah. You go ahead and take us to a break.
Yeah.
Our sponsors.
Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Whatever how it takes you, Chandler, we'll be good. We'll have those pictures up in a little bit, Jeff, to show while you're still watching. Okay, now here's what we found out. If you're fishing a single line, like for crappie or whatever, you're allowed 3 hooks.
If you want to put them on there, yeah.
3 single hooks.
Just like an Alabama rig, you're allowed 3 hooks, as many dummies as you want, but 3 hooks on that.
Okay, but now you're telling me, and you and Mike Pennington has got this thing all wound up here.
Well, you go down to the store and buy a top water plug, and it's got 3 sets of treble hooks on it. That's 9 hooks on one bait.
I agree. Okay.
3 separate hooks, but now where you limited just 3 top water plugs on the line, you can't put no more than 3 on there. This thing is weird on this hook stuff.
Okay, so you can have a top water plug like a devil's horse or something. It's got 3 treble hooks on it.
Yeah.
And you can put 3 treble hooks on the same line, or 3 devil's horses on the same line to make 9 hooks. And that's legal. I think you and TWRA's got something messed up. Then you can only have 3 single hooks on any one line, according to what Mike just sent me, if you're crappie fishing.
Yeah.
And but
I'm telling you,
we need to get some legal representation.
Yeah, I'd say you do.
I mean, this is not I can't see how that's legal.
See, that's the same way the catfish guys are when we talked to them. You remember that bunch out there? He said they had to limit them to 14 rods per boat.
Yeah.
You could have 20 people on the boat, but you couldn't have but just 14 rods.
Okay, let me pull this back up here.
You could have one doing all 14 of them, or you could have 20 people on there, but 14 rods.
Yeah. It says there's no limit on rods in Tennessee, but only 3 hooks per rod is okay. But some state parks and TWRA lakes may be different rules.
Oh, yeah. Cold Lake, Big Ridge, some of the others like that, dog.
Yeah.
Different on it.
But no limit on rods. Yeah, but you can still throw 3 devil horses at the same time with 9 hooks in the water.
And each one. Yeah. You can get them out there without them hanging up.
There's something wrong with that picture, Mike. I can't, well, it doesn't, it just doesn't add up. So you can have 30 rods up on the front of the boat. 3 hooks on each rod.
Yeah.
Spider, what you used to call it?
spider rig when
Spider
they put
rig,
them
yeah.
racks on the boat and just fan a whole bunch of them around there and then put a couple on the back running out the thing and then some straight off the back. We seen that up there at Douglas when they had that national crappie tournament up there that time, and them fellas come up there and
Yeah. I mean, from here to around the front of the boat wasn't nothing but rods.
that's all. Just rods and all of them different depths and different baits and everything, trying to run up on them crappie.
Well, there's no doubt that the live scope has just put fishing on another level. I mean, it's, you know, it pinpoints them once you learn how to operate that thing. And it's like Sam told me, you know, said we just go up through there. We'll go to Douglas there and see, 25 or 30 fish in one pod there, and we'll just pick out the 6 or 7 big ones, and we get them caught, and we move on to the next pod.
Well, the guy that I run into down there Sunday, he had a box deal made right in front of his seat right there, and he had that scope right up there, eye level, and had his little arm thing out there to run it around. And I said, "If you having any luck?" And he said, "Yeah, I got a limit." Said I caught him in about an hour up there in Caney Creek, about 25 foot deep out of brush. I thought, well, now wait a minute. An hour ago, I was up there in Caney Creek, and I fished brush out there. Of course, you got to get past the bridge out there to find 25 foot of water and stuff. But I fished a lot of that out through there, and never got the first nibble out of it. Now, he may have cleaned them out before I got there, but anyway, that's what he told me. And I spent the first 3 hours trolling, because that's what they told me they was catching them by trolling up there. And I trolled with a short line, and I trolled with a long line. And I finally caught one crappie back there, and he was probably about 17, 18 foot deep. You could see the dang minnows and the fish down there between 15 to 20 foot. But I couldn't get them to hit anything. And then I went back and I was below Caney Creek and fished some creeks down through there. Was plumb in there again the bank in 2 foot of water, fishing around, throwed grubs, throwed all kinds of stuff I never could find. And we got over on one spot where the wind was driving the minnows. And when I got in there 9 foot of water, it was solid minnows from the dang, according to the depth finder, from the top all the way down, that 9 foot. Throwed crankbaits to it, all kinds of baits in there. Never could get a bite out of none of that either.
Well,
And the water temperature was up there 58, 59 degrees. But now that main river is cleared up quite a bit, but it still ain't as clean as what it was before the big rain.
okay.
But I went plumb out 30 foot out there on some places on the side of the river channel. Never got a bite out of none of that either. And minnows was out there in spots. Seen some big balls of minnows out there, but I didn't catch no fish out of none of it.
Okay. All right, Chandler. Let's show the film we got. We've only got about 3.5 minutes. Let's start out with Mike's crappie film, and then we'll go to that little bit of bass film that Wesley and I got. Or whichever you got it set up, it'd work either way, man. I hear the camera dinging now, Mike. He's getting ready to
Yeah.
see what we got. There. Folks, Wesley and I are here at Little Emery. First cast, Wesley caught one, and I've missed 2 already. So, good job, Wes.
All right,
Remember, let's go fishing. Remember our sponsors, and we'll get back at it.
let's do it.
Got 52-degree water, got good color to it, so we'll see what we can come up with. All righty. All right, our Wes is with another small fish that time, but they count, Wes. They got to eat too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, plus you got a 2-minute penalty. You let him hit the bottom of the boat.
Yeah.
All right, sit down there for 2 minutes.
Well, he ain't skunked, that's for sure. He caught a bass there a second ago on the very next cast. Hooks into that.
Yeah, what do you think about that rascal, Wes?
Yeah, it's just your luck right there.
Just my luck. Yeah, dadgummit, he knocked the snot out of that thing, I'm telling you. I mean, he got it. Come here, buddy. Let me see if I can get a hold of you here and get my bait back. Come here now. All right. Quit, and I'll turn you loose. Quit. There we go. You rascal, you. Get a hold of him here. Dadgummit, that dang thing. He's got that hook run plumb through his bottom jaw. Come out there. Got it. All right, you got a picture of him, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
There he goes. Get a bass next time.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what's wrong with the deal. Russ got a good 3-pound fish right there. Dandy, got to get us back off the bank here. And let me zoom in on him. See, I'm up here on the front of the boat trying to back us up and all that kind of stuff.
Healthy fish.
Nice.
Pre-spawn female.
Yeah. All right. Good deal.
Yeah, he's got it.
I mean, he was on it.
Yeah, he's coming after him.
Yeah. The dang spinner bait's about as big as he is. But I mean, he could. Okay, Chandler, thank you, man. Mike's plugging in something on the cameras. His battery's dead and won't let us show his crappie film, but he can tell us all about it. That little trip Wesley and I got to make there, we caught for the first, dang. I had 2 fish. I hadn't made 5 pitches and missed them both. And then Wesley come behind me and caught a small one, and then it was another little later on before I caught another one on caught a couple of fish on a spinner bait and missed a couple on a spinner bait. And Wesley caught that one good fish. It was about 3 pounds and all that kind of stuff. So, we was just tickled to death to get down there. Heck, it's just so hard for me to get on the water anymore. But anyway, and heck, it's about 10 miles, 11 miles from my house to the Little Emery launch ramp, and just handy to put in.
It is.
I mean, it's, shucks, 15 minutes, 20 from the house down there, and I'm fishing.
Yeah.
So, makes it handy. When you only got 4 or 5 hours to fish anyway. So, that was kind of the deal. Now, Chandler, have we got the pictures for Jeff Parrott? We'll take that call and then we'll get to him. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Need to tell you, I talked to Matt Clary.
Yep.
And he says that he hadn't been down there personally, but he's sent his crew down there to look at the Big Spring boat launch.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good, Ray.
Oh. And I told him I had a theory of what may have caused that damage. And he said, what? And I said, I have observed large commercial vehicles unloading construction supplies there. These guys that build the docks and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they were big and loaded, and I don't think those ramps can take that kind of pressure. He said if I can see them again, take pictures and send them to him. and they would take action.
Well, I mean, you know, that ramp's out in the water, and water softens up dirt, and so when you throw a load on it, yeah, things happen.
Right.
I mean,
Could be hauling riprap and dumping it in the barge, taking it out to put it around the banks or anything
Yeah.
there like
Right.
that.
Yeah. What they're doing, Mike, they had the big trucks and they had the
Yeah.
big barge out there. They was offloading onto the barge.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I suspect he's probably building those docks up there in Pearl Harbor.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guarantee you they're building docks somewhere. That's the only reason they'd be out there.
Right.
yeah, I'm like you, you know, and they did a time or two. I've run into them there at in Blue Springs, and they'd have the nose of their barge right up there, you know, on the ramp, and have the skid steer and running up, dumping it in the barge, you know, and that kind of thing. And
That's a lot of weight on those pads. That's more than we put on there with the boats.
yeah,
yeah.
there's no doubt about it. It's for sure. I mean, there's no question about it. And then you get you all your load on your barge there, and then you go to back off out there. Well, you drag the ramp with you. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what happened to that in there at Blue Springs years ago.
Right.
You know, so you take one of the sections that they had under the water there, they just drug it out a little bit, and it left a void there between the two slabs that was out in the water, because it was pretty rough to put in there for a while, and then they kind of fixed it.
You used to back off the side of it, put in on the dirt.
Yeah,
It was,
it's a rough there.
Yeah.
Years back, sure was. But I'm glad you figured out what the problem was down there, and you know, I mean, I know those people, they deserve the right to load, you know, build docks and things, but you know, there's places to load up and places not to load. So,
Right.
I hope what's his name gets a handle on it anyway.
Well, Matt said he'd get back to me as soon as he could find out something on it.
Shucks, that sounds good, Ray. I'm glad you're all over it. Have you been fishing any?
Not in this windy weather. I hadn't know.
Yeah, I don't know anybody really has either, or what few's been out there. They
didn't stay long, did it?
didn't stay long, that's for sure.
Right. Maybe we can get out this weekend.
I hope so. I hope this dang wind, I can't believe this wind's been this, you know, I know March is a windy month, but daggone, we've had a lot of wind this month.
We have 20-mile-an-hour days. That's
Yes, sir.
too much for me.
Yeah, buddy, it sure is. Well, good to hear from you.
Cool.
Keep us informed, brother.
All right, buddy.
All right, it's
Take care.
good to hear from you, Ray. Right.
All right, see ya.
See you, buddy. All right, that's Ray Bryant there. Good to hear from him. All right, Chandler, put those pictures up for Jeff Parrott there, will you? Yeah, now there's one of them smallmouth from down there at Dale Holler, Mike.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Nice. There's a largemouth, good one. And there's another good largemouth, even better.
Yeah.
They look like Dale Holler's about full. That looks like another smallmouth right there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, there you go, Jeff Rowe. Appreciate you, man. Some good-looking fish. I hope you guys don't get out there in that 25, 30-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah, wind.
And
Bad as them 300 boats.
yeah, buddy, I tell you what now, the Dale Holler can get rough. I mean, it's just there's 2 or 3 turns on that lake. Once you come out of the river up there from Star Point down, it just lays on that water, and then, buddy, it's rough. I'm telling you, without a doubt. Shucks, far.
The last week, Jeff had that papers he printed off and brought over here, and they was talking about the canoe deal down there at Sand Island a couple of weeks ago. And me and Jeff was down there at the same time, and we moved up because it got rough out there on the main channel. Of course, it was too dingy anyway, and we went up and went back in the hollers there to get out of the wind, and we pulled out and left about 5 o'clock going back home because we wanted to watch the ball game. And I reckon them 3 boys in a canoe out there next to Sand Island turned it over in them waves, and they was all wearing life jackets, but that one, he died of hypothermia, they said.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's, I say that wind gets rough out there. If your boat ain't big enough to handle it, and I've seen the times that I didn't think a barge would handle it.
Yeah.
You know, it gets that rough out there. And,
There's no question about it. The farther down the lake it goes, or up the lake, depending on the direction of the wind, the bigger the rollers get.
that's right.
You know, me and Wesley, they run into that up north 3 weeks ago, or maybe 4. And buddy, it was coming up that Lewiston Sea, and that's, you got a stretch there of about 10 miles that just, and when it starts on one end, if it's blowing from Andersonville to Lost Creek, by the time you get to Dollar Island, I mean, it's just unreal.
Yes, sir.
And you know, your boat's going down in between the waves and back up out of the waves, just like that, because they're about 4 foot high. The same way when it comes from the north down from Lost Creek to Andersonville. Time you get down there to Pilot Island, Cove or Big Ridge Hollow, it's 3-4 foot rollers.
Yes, sir.
So, and you can, you know, if you take and go on down the river, take a right hand turn there at point 19, you can get out of a lot of it in places.
Yeah, you sure can.
But that flat stretch right there, buddy, gets rough. That's why they call it the sea.
Yeah, it sure is.
Lewiston Sea. That's it. All righty. Let's see. What else was it, Mike? We were going to bring up. Dang.
I can say that that water temperature is warming up pretty quick down there, and I'd say there'd be a lot fish moving on in shallower, and I don't know what the weather's going to be for the next few weeks, whether it's going to continue. I heard it was going to be in the 60s, but you know, I don't know if we're going to have any more freezing cold weather to cool everything back down or not, but I've seen a lot of fish out there in that 40 foot of water, but I know a lot of them had to be catfish and stripe and drum and different things like that, but there may be a lot of crappie still out there, because last year, last April, I was down there and had the biggest string I had. I caught 42, 43 foot out there. So, and fish, you know, they don't all come in there in that shallow water real quick, you know.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is, Mike, you need to probably get you one of them targets, live targets.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can see what's going on. For sure. All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. God bless you all. Hope to get to see you next week. And remember to wear your life jacket. And if you're not wearing it, please put it out in the seat of the boat or somewhere where you could reach it. If you did wind up in the water, it'd be better than nothing. But the best thing to do is put it on.
Yeah.
And it's still a little cool out at times, and you're running. It does help keep your body warm. Knocks that wind off a whole lot. So do keep your life jacket on if at all possible.
The way the wind's blowing, you better not let it down. It'll be gone.
It's gone. Yeah, if you lay it in the boat right now, it's going to be blowed out. No two ways about it. God bless you all. See you next week. Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. They, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Hey folks, we're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights. They got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all of it's tungsten. There's shaky heads right here.
Okay, that's all tungsten stuff. Well, Vance got my attention with one thing. He's got, you can take any jig. Vance, get some of those bills. The chatterbait bills?
These aren't tungsten, but you can take this little chatterbait here, and you can make a jig or a swim bait, any kind of head.
You're throwing and put a shaky head on it.
Yep.
Son of a gun. I was just wondering how long that was going to take.
They've got different sizes in the blades there. There's silver, gold, and black.
Silver, gold, and black, different sizes in the blades. And like you said, you can take a white jig that you're flipping and put that dang bill on it, and you got you a chatterbait.
That's right.
Well, I wish me and you had thought of that. Folks, listen, do get by here, Edgemore Outdoors. Just swing around here, look at, gosh, I mean, man, the racks are hanging full of stuff. line, oil, just everything in the world here at Edgemoor Outdoors. Jim and his crew would be more than glad to help you find what you need. Back here on on the thing, I mean, it's just I just hadn't had a chance to get over here. I've been wanting to come by and make a new film, advertisement for Edgemoor Outdoors, and we just thank you for their support here over the years, keeping the show going, and it's just row after row of tackle, baits, plastics, crappie stuff, catfish stuff. They've got live bait, reels, rods. I mean, it's just if you're looking for it, more than likely they have it over here. So do come by, stop in here and visit with Edgemoor Outdoors, and I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied, and they can help you find what you need.
Okay.
Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages plenty cool. Got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new Spotlight trolling motors that I'm going to try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really is.
Got the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks sharp.
I just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then...
there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man. Dadgone it, Glenn.
We've got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison.
This is Allison color Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite. Okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the different pictures.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Got a TV screen in the front, Glenn.
Yeah. And it raises it up because it's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think. And you can raise it up where you can, if you're a tall guy, you can still see
it. Yeah, yeah.
That's sort of unique. And then, of course, we've got the Allisons and the bullets on this side.
Right. Oh, man. We've got the twin yellows here, don't we?
Got the twin yellows. One's yellow and white, one's yellow and black. This one will be in Mercury's brochure. I went down and made some pictures at Joe River Lake, and it should be coming up pretty soon in the brochure.
Right, right.
And of course, it has the E-pad, it has a spot lock. I call it Ultrex.
Right.
Now this is called a 21 RDC. It's a raised deck, real console. And it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's
one of my favorites.
It's a beautiful boat.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And now it's got the new 300R on it.
300R, man.
And, but we can mix and match any engine combination just about you want.
Yeah.
Some people want 300, some wants 200, some wants 250s.
Yeah.
And but we're normally selling 250 and $300. You say.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, Glenn. Glenn, you want to mention something about the pontoon boat sitting over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Got a Veranda pontoon boat here. Man, that thing is beautiful.
And I guess over here we get a close-up.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got plywood bottom. It's got what we call a cooling slot. It's all aluminum. It never soak up any moisture or water.
Yeah.
And probably last, no reason why it wouldn't last a lifetime or two, you know?
Yep.
And we can get up in it and
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.